everyone, welcome to SJL Yoga. Thank you for joining me for this Sun Salutation B full class. We're going to start in a seated position, hands down on your knees for grounding. If you have a little bit of extra energy today, palms up for receiving that energy. We're going to start with our eyes closed, just gently centering ourselves. And taking a few deep breaths in and out, starting in through the nose and exhaling out through the mouth. Inhale through the nose, exhale out through the mouth. Inhale in through the nose and exhale out through the mouth. Calling an intention into your class, whatever brought you to this YouTube channel today and to your mat. You're going to flutter open your eyes, kicking the arms above the head to start. Gaze is up towards the sky. And then taking your right hand, bringing it down, lifting up on that left arm. And then coming over to your right side, stretching out that side body. Gaze is up if it doesn't hurt your neck. And then coming all the way back up to center, dropping the left arm down. Really lift through the right. And then hinge over to the left. Inhaling and exhaling. Don't be stagnant here. Breathing into that side body, one straight line. And on your inhale, come all the way up. And you're going to twist to the right, left hand on your knee, right hand behind you. Start to shift from the bottom up. So starting with your ribs, and then your shoulders, your neck, and your head. Inhaling and exhaling. And coming all the way back up to center. Dropping that left hand down, right hand comes behind you. Inhale. And then twist from the bottom up. Exhale, get a little deeper in your twist. And then inhale all the way up. You're going to drop your hands, coming into all fours. Shoulders directly on top of the wrists. Knees hip-width distance apart. Stacking your bones. We're going to move through some cat-cows just to wake up that spine. So drop your belly, lift your head. Inhale. Exhale, round the back. Tuck your chin under. Cat pose. And inhale in. Cow pose. And exhale out, round. If you want more of a stretch here, you can come up onto your fingertips, tuck your toes, kind of move around in this pose. And then drop the palms, inhale in, and exhale one more time all the way out, round the back. Tuck the chin in. Bugs on my mat today. You're going to move your hands out a little bit. Sink the hips down, toes together, knees out wide, child's pose. Taking a few deep breaths here, inhaling and exhaling. And then coming all the way up, we're going to review our Sun A from last week. So you're going to tuck the toes under, shift the hips up and back, downward facing dog. Pedaling out the heels here, dropping one heel and then the other. Drop the head between the hands. Inhale and exhale. And then you're going to walk to the front of your mat, forward fold. You can bend your knees here. Dropping the head down. Inhale in, halfway, straight line from the head to the tailbone. Hands on your shins. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, bend the knees. Inhale, rise all the way up. Arms to the sky, palms facing forward. Gaze up to the sky. Exhale, swan dive down. Arms come out. And inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Plant the hands. Step back with one foot and then the other into your plank pose. Hold your plank. Inhale and exhale. Shift forward on the toes. Come halfway down or all the way down. Chaturanga. Hug the elbows in. Flip the feet. Upward facing dog. Thighs off the ground. Or cobra with the thighs down. Roll over your toes or come to tabletop. Up into your downward facing dog. Inhale and exhale. Walk or hop to the front of your mat. Forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, fold it down, drop the head. Bend the knees. Inhale, rise all the way up. Palms facing towards each other. Exhale, mountain pose. Reset. Inhale, arms all the way up. Exhale, swan dive down. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant those hands. Step back to your plank. Hold in your plank. Wrists directly underneath the shoulders. Bend the elbows back. Hug them in. Chaturanga. Upward facing dog. Thighs off the ground. Shoulders out of the ears. Exhale, downward facing dog. Walking or hopping to the front of your mat. Forward fold. Drop the head. We're going to go into our Sun B from the tutorial on Wednesday. So you're going to inhale. Sink the hips down. Arms rise up. Arms can come to heart center or goalposts, depending on your practice. Keep those knees hugging in. Inhale in. Exhale, forward fold. Drop the head. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, fold. Plant the hands. Step it back to your plank. Shift forward, chaturanga, halfway down. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Roll over the toes. Taking that right leg up into the air. Bending the knee, come through the hands. Help that foot up if you need to, making sure your knee is in one straight line from your knee to your ankle. Plant the back foot down, 45 degrees. Inhale, rise up to warrior one. Making sure your hips are square to the front of your mat, like you have two headlights pointing to the front of your mat. Arms rise up, sink the shoulders down. And exhale, frame that front foot out. That front foot meets the back in your plank pose. You can drop your knees at any point. And come halfway down. Upward facing dog, thighs off the ground. Downward facing dog. Left leg rises. Pull it up between the hands. Make sure the knee and ankle are in line. Drop that back foot. Rise up. Keeping those hips square to the front of the mat. If you need to put your hands on your hips, kind of move them into place. That's okay too. Making sure the arms are all the way up. Exhale, frame out that foot. Come up onto the back toes. Front foot meets the back foot. Plank pose. Shifting forward. Halfway down, chaturanga. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Walking or hopping to the front of your mat. Forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. flat back. Exhale, fold. Sink the hips down, rise up, chair pose. Make sure those knees are not past the toes. Make sure you can lift your toes off the ground still. And then exhale to mountain pose. We're going to do another Sun B, but I'm going to add some fun stuff to it. So inhale the arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, plant the hands, plank pose. Try to step back with the opposite foot this time to get even. Dropping the knees where you need to. Forward and down, chaturanga, halfway. Hug those elbows in. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Right leg lifts up into the air. And then bring it between your hands. Making sure that knee is not past the ankle. Drop that back foot. Inhale, rise up. Arms come down like goalposts. We're going to stretch it out a little bit. So straighten that front knee. Arms come back. Create that little back bend. Sink into that front leg. Inhale, arms rise up. We're going to do that 2 more times. Inhale, straighten the leg while the arms come out. Exhale down. 1 more time, you got this. Inhale up. Exhale down. Frame out that foot. This time, that leg is going to stay lifted behind you. And then exhale down. Upward facing. Downward facing. Going to do the same thing on the other side. So left leg lifts. Bring it up between the hands. Drop that back foot. Inhale, rise up. On your inhale, that front leg straightens. Arms come out like goalposts. Back bend. Exhale down. Arms come up. Inhale, straighten that leg. Exhale down. Keeping the bend in that front leg and then straightening out. Goalpost arms. And then come back down. Frame out the foot. That left foot's going to stay lifted. Flow halfway down. Drop the both feet. Upward facing. Downward facing. Come into child's pose. Knees out wide. Feet together. Arms are in front of you. Take a few deep breaths here. Inhaling and exhaling. Come back to your intention. What made you come to this video today? And you're going to come up into all fours. And back to downward facing dog. Lifting that right leg up again. Bring it between the hands. You're going to stay up on those back toes. Crescent lunge. So come up, get your balance. You can come down to your knee if you need to at any time. But if you have your balance there, you can stay up. You're going to take your arms above your head, palms facing each other, gazes up. Bring your hands down to heart center. You're going to breathe in, lift up, create a lot of space, and then hook that elbow, the left elbow, on the outside of your right knee. If it doesn't get there, that's okay. Come here or here, just as long as your body is twisted, wringing out those organs. Gaze is up. If that hurts your neck, gaze is down. You always have options or modifications in yoga. Doesn't matter how flexible you are. 1 more breath in. And then come back to center. Arms rise up. You're going to plant that back foot. The bleed edge of your foot's going to come to the outside of your mat. Arms come out to warrior 2. Gaze is over that that middle finger. You're going to take that front leg, straighten it out. just like we did in the warrior one earlier. Your hips are going to come back, body comes forward, triangle pose, Trikonasana. Your bottom arm comes down, your top arm comes all the way up, gaze is up. Keep strong arms here. One line from the middle finger to the middle finger. One more breath here. And inhale all the way up. You're going to switch your perspective here. So you're going to have all 10 toes face the back. And then you're going to switch sides. Sink into your warrior two. We're going to go a little backwards here, just to switch it up. You're going to straighten that front leg. Hips come back, body comes forward, reach, reach, reach. Hinge at the hips, arm comes all the way up. Inhale and exhale. Try not to put a lot of pressure on this bottom arm. Open the body up. One more breath in. Come all the way back up. Sink into that front knee. You're going to take that back leg. Come up onto your toes into your crescent lunge. Inhaling and exhaling here. Stretch up. Your hands are going to come to heart center. Lifting up on your inhale, take that right elbow on the outside of the left leg this time. Squeezing those organs out. End of the weekend, maybe you had a lot of pizza, a lot of drinks, or you just, ate candy all weekend, whatever it is. Bring out the body. Inhaling and exhaling here. And then you're going to come all the way back up. Frame out that front foot. You're going to take that front foot, bring it back to your plank. And as they say in yoga, flow through a vinyasa. So you're going to come down to your chaturanga. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Your left leg rises. Bring it between the hands. Plant that back foot. Come up to your warrior one. Inhale and exhale here. Come out to your warrior two. Knees directly over the ankle. Straighten that front leg. Then all 10 toes come to the back of your mat. Hands on your hips. Create a little bit of a back bend here. And then come all the way forward. Inhale and exhale here. If your arms don't reach the ground, that's okay. Grab a block. Take your left hand down, right hand lifts for a twist. And then come down, replacing right with left. And then come down. Bend the knees. Come all the way up. Hands on your hips. And then come to the front of your mat. We're going to go into a little bit of a balance challenge here. Coming from warrior one to warrior three. So you're going to come into your chair pose. We're going to do another Sun B. Sink the hips down, knees together. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, fold it down. Come back to your plank. Fingers are spread wide. Come halfway down, chaturanga. Upward facing. Downward facing dog. Right leg rises. Come to your warrior one. Place that foot between the hands. Plant that back foot. And rise up. This time we're going to come into warrior three. So you're going to straighten that front leg as you come back off your left leg. Your arms can be out or back. Toes are pointing down towards the ground. Your neck is long. Don't have your neck up. Have your gaze off your mat. Inhale and exhale here. And then bend that front leg. Plant that back foot down. If you have a wall in front of you, that's also really helpful. Arms rise up to warrior one. Frame out that foot. Come up on the back toes. Front foot meets the back. Chaturanga, halfway down. Upward facing. Downward facing. Left leg rises. Left leg between the hands. Plant that back foot. Come up to your warrior one. You're going to straighten that front leg. Come off the back leg. Arms can be out or behind you. Toes are pointing down. Gaze is down. Inhaling and exhaling. Both legs straight. If you fall out, go right back in. Inhale one more time. Plant that back foot to your warrior one. Arms rise up. Framing out that front foot. Front meets the back. Plank pose. Coming forward. Chaturanga. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Walking or hopping to the front of your mat. Forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold it down. Inhale, chair pose. Sink the hips down, knees together or arms rise up. Make sure those knees are behind the toes. Lift the toes. Coming into your power chair. Inhale in. Exhale out. Arms come forward. Sink a little deeper. Inhale in. Exhale forward. Inhale in. Exhale forward. Keep coming down. Keep coming down. Up onto the toes. Heels come off the ground. You're going to come onto your bum, lifting your legs up. Boat pose. You can have your legs straight or bent. If your back starts to round, come back up to bent legs. Your back should be straight. You can grab the back of your legs as well. We're going to go from boat to canoe 3 times. So on your exhale, you're going to straighten your legs, straighten your back, hover off the ground, canoe. 1 deep breath. Come back up, boat pose. Exhale, canoe, straighten out. Come back up. 1 more time. Straighten out, canoe. And all the way up, boat. Drop the feet. Kind of give your bum a little massage here. Rock back and forth. You're going to cross the ankles. Place the hands in front of you. Come up onto your knees. Knees are hip-width distance apart. You're going to come standing up. You can have your feet tucked under for camel, or you can have them flat. We're going to start with our hands on our lower backs in fists. So your hands come right at the corner of your low back. You're going to push your hips forward so that your body comes back. You can tuck your chin in or drop your head back. Inhaling and exhaling here if you start getting foot cramps like I am right now. Tuck your toes under. 1 more inhale. Come all the way up. You're going to want to bend forward. Don't do it. Come all the way back. Sit on your heels. Toes tucked under or flat. Hands on your thighs. It's very important when you're doing back bends not to come all the way forward right away, because that motion of going back and forth will eventually really injure you. So you want to come right back down so your spine resets. And by the time your instructor is done explaining that, you're ready for your next one. So come up onto your knees. This time your fullest expression, as they say, which is if you wanted to go into the advanced portion of this pose, you can. This will be a tutorial coming up in the next couple of weeks, but I wanted to introduce it to you guys today since you're already stretched out. So again, tuck your toes under or have them flat. You're going to take your right arm, come all the way back to your heel. Take your left arm all the way back to your heel. If you would like to stay with your hands on your lower back, you are welcome to do so. Push your hips forward. Head comes all the way back. Pushing the hips forward still. Inhaling and exhaling, appreciating the different perspectives that this pose gives you. One more inhale. And exhale, come all the way out, windmill the hands. Again, come straight down. Inhaling and exhaling. Coming back to your intention, closing your eyes here for a moment. We're going to come into your gate pose. You can come long on your mat if you'd like to. You don't have to. I'm going to do it for demonstration purposes. So your right leg is going to come out. Your right arm is on your right leg. Left arm lifts. And you're going to stretch out just like we did in the beginning of class. Come all the way to the right. And then you're going to drop your left hand down as your right hand lifts. And then lift that top leg, pointing the toes to protect your knee. Gaze is up. We're going to flow this a few times. So drop that leg, lift the other side of the body, stretch up. And then flow down. Left arm down, right arm lifts with the leg. One more time. Leg drops, hand lifts. And then come back to center, bringing that right leg in, switching sides. Left leg comes out. Left arm on the thigh, right arm lifts. Stretch it out. Drop the right arm, lift the left. Left foot comes up. And then switching. Leg down, arm up. And then drop that arm down, lift the leg up. And then come all the way down, lifting the arm up. Come back to center, bringing that leg in. And then we're going to come down onto our bums so you can cross your legs. Coming into your bridge pose. So your feet are hip width distance apart. Roll down onto your back. Hug the back of your knees. Your middle finger and your heels meet, or as close as they can get. And you're going to peel your hips off the ground. One straight line like your mountain pose from your knees to your shoulders. Interlace the hands underneath the back if you like that variation. Inhale and exhale here. One more inhale. And then roll the spine all the way down, removing the hands. And windshield wiper out your legs here. Coming up for another bridge. Peel the back off the ground. Interlace the hands. Inhaling and exhaling. Keeping the gaze up. Try not to move your head from side to side here. One more inhale in. And then exhale. Come all the way down. Remove the hands. Windshield wiper out the legs. And then coming up for one more bridge. You're going to peel your hips up. This time for a little bit of a challenge, you can come up onto your toes, shifting your hips a little further to the sky, bringing the hands underneath you. Inhale and exhale here. And then come all the way back down. Coming into your reclined bound angle, your toes and your heels come together, soles of the feet together, knees out wide. One hand on the belly, one hand on the chest. We're going to take 3 breaths in, thinking about our intention, what you brought to your mat today. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Bring the breath back to normal. Lie with your intention for a few breaths. And you're going to bring your knees together. Hug the knees in. Give yourself a little bit of a back massage here. Roll the legs. Bringing your arms out like goalposts or like a T, whatever's comfortable for you. Bring the knees over to the right. Gaze comes left. Inhaling and exhaling here. Take this twist. Inhale back to center. And then exhale. Knees come left. Gaze comes right. Wave to the camera if you're filming yourself. Inhale and exhale. Come back to center. Hug the knees in. And then slowly, one leg at a time, come into your final resting pose, your Shavasana. Toes come out. Palms are facing up. Close the eyes. Inhale in. Exhale out. Thanking your body for coming to your mat today. Staying in your Shavasana for as long as you'd like. Whenever you're ready, Shavasana is very important. So like I said, stay as long as you'd like here. But whenever you're ready, bringing awareness back into your body. Crossing the ankles, rocking up and back. Giving yourself a little bit of a back massage here. And then coming into a seated position, like you did in the beginning of class. Eyes are closed, hands at heart center. Thank you all for joining me and SJL Yoga for this Sun B practice. I hope that these tutorials and these videos are helping you to enhance your at-home practice and giving you the confidence you need to step into a studio, or the confidence you need to just get on your mat. I will see you all next week, where I will be doing a tutorial review of the moon salutation and a full class on the moon salutation. Again, thank you for joining me for this Sun B full practice. And I hope that you all have a wonderful night. The light in me honors and respects the light in all of you. Namaste.